Chits Digital here, and welcome to my training on how to build a successful dropshipping store with Shopify as a beginner in 2021. In this video, I'll be taking you through the complete process of registering your business, setting up your store, running ads for your store, and lastly, growing and automating your store. If you get value out of this video, please do subscribe to my channel, hit the like button. It helps with the YouTube algorithm and gets this video shown to many more people. Please do comment if you're stuck, need any help. I'll respond to every comment I can and when I can. Please do share the video. The information in this video will be life-changing. It was life-changing to me when I received it. I want it to be life-changing to someone else. I'll put in as much value as possible. I'll be direct to the point. And you will notice that my video is different to a lot of trainings on this topic because it really focuses on how to do it from outside first world countries, outside the US and outside UK. It's a struggle for a lot of us. I've been through the process and I'm trying to help someone else not go through the same issues I went through. So please do share this video. Please follow my Instagram and Facebook. I'll leave the links of my Instagram and Facebook accounts in the description of the video below. This is the best step-by-step guide on how to set up your USA business, your USA bank account, your payment gateway, as well as setting up your business and operating your business. I'll be showing you a real-life dropshipping store, my personal dropshipping store, www.whileathome.net. I started this dropshipping store in May 2020, and I'll be taking you the complete process and showing you how I run my store. Now, at this point, you might wonder, why e-commerce and why dropshipping? Well, the reality is the latest trend right now is e-commerce, and it's growing from 4.3 trillion in 2020 to 5.4 trillion by 2022. That's huge. That's almost 20% growth. And as any entrepreneur should realize, is you need to go with the trends. You need to see what's happening around you, and you need to be able to jump on it and quickly pioneer and innovate. The other thing that we need to realize is COVID-19 has severely impacted how we currently live. I mean, businesses are not only closing, but not going to be able to open again. It's impacted certain industries so severely that you can't have the same amount of people in your business, which affects your cash flow. You can't have the same amount of clients. It affects your cash flow, and you simply can't keep up with the rent. You can't keep up with the overheads. And it's really sad to see what's happening to everyone around me. And that's actually why I came up with this video. Is I want to show people what the actual solution is, because when I stumbled upon it, I really couldn't believe how straightforward and simple of a process it is, but it is that simple. If you follow the steps in this training, if you follow the steps that I'm going to teach you today, you will have an e-commerce business that's not only sustained, but growable. And that's what I call the next term, or the next point 3 here, scalable. Because scaling is being able to grow the business, and this is something that you can do with the e-commerce business that you can't do with the traditional brick and mortar business, and that's being able to grow the business pretty rapidly, pretty quickly, or through social media advertisements, or through getting your reach and your global reach of your business out there. The other thing with dropshipping is it's really fast returns. I mean, I started this business in May, and by June I was already making sales, and this was just through applying the same principles I was taught, applying the process, and I could actually, and that's when I had the aha moment and I actually saw what the possibilities of e-commerce are. It's extremely huge. It's something that I need to share with everyone and as many people as I can, and that's why I'm making this video right here. The other thing is it's very low capital intensive. I mean, you can start an e-commerce business for as little as 10,000 Namibian dollars, South African rands, or 700 US dollars. And if you think about that, compared to your traditional business, opening a restaurant, opening a bottle store, opening a sneaker shop, all that would cost you at a minimum about 100K just to get rentals done, get your stock, pay salaries, pay water, electricity, etc. And with the e-commerce business, all you're paying is about 10K to start, and you can maintain that business for as little as about 5K. Now, when I talk about 5K, I'm talking about South African rands or Namibian dollars, equivalent to 700 US or 300 US, sorry. So it's really low capital investment, and that's why I'm really talking about this topic right now, and that's why I think this is the most important video for you to watch this year and right now. Now, why dropshipping out of all e-commerce models? Because you get different types of e-commerce models. You get affiliate marketing, you get Amazon FBA, you get content production. I always recommend dropshipping to beginners because it teaches you the basic principles of selling on the internet, which is having a good product, having it at the right price, shown to the right customers, or in front of the right audience with the right messaging. And when you understand that principle of dropshipping, you really start to understand how to sell any sort of business model, any sort of product, whether it's a digital product, whether it's a physical product. You learn the basics of how you can market and sell to people. With dropshipping, you also create your own shopping experience for the customer. And this is through the creation of your store and the copy that you have on your store, the wording, how you the colors, the branding. I mean, you're literally creating an experience for someone else. And that's something that I think is quite unique and I enjoy doing for my customers. It's also very cost effective to start. You'll see in this video, I'll take you through the costs, the exact costs that you'll need, not only for your first month, but your first year and your second year, just to give you a long-term view in terms of what the costs are for dropshipping. There's no need to invest in massive inventory. Only thing you need to get is samples. So what I mean by that is, if you're running a normal store, you would normally have to invest thousands or hundreds of thousands of dollars in the actual inventory that you're selling. With dropshipping, all you need to do is get samples. I mean, you can order a sample of each product you want to sell or the product you want to sell, which would cost you anything between $1 and $100, depends on the product you want, or even more. But what I'm trying to say is you only have to pay for a sample. You don't have to buy hundreds and thousands of the units. So it makes it quite cost effective to start as well. And then it's actually scalable really fast. Like I mentioned, all e-commerce businesses are very scalable because of the presence online and the ability to advertise and reach large audiences online. And that's what I really like about dropshipping, is because you decide how much you want to make. You decide how much you want to grow. It's really up to you. You just need to know what to look out for, how to guide the business, and the rest is really up to you. You can scale dropshipping businesses to the moon. And that's really what I love about this business model. What is dropshipping? Dropshipping is when a customer places an order on your store online for a product, and then your store automatically sends that order to your supplier to have the product delivered directly to the customer while you keep the difference in price. So at this point, you can already imagine it's very important that one, you've got the right product, and two, it's priced correctly so you get a decent commission. Doesn't help dropshipping products that you don't make much of a price difference on, because you ultimately end up losing money, and that's not what we're trying to do. I'll be showing you how to select the right product and also how to make sure you price it right, that you don't lose out on any money and you maximize this business model. Now, in this completely free How to Start Dropshipping with Shopify for Beginners in 2021 course, I'll be teaching you how to register a business in the USA, how to get a USA phone number and physical address for the business, how to set up the bank account and payment gateway for your business. I'll be showing you how to set up the Shopify store, how to find winning products online, which apps to have on your store and why. I'll be showing you how to find reliable suppliers on AliExpress and how to audit the suppliers to make sure that you get a decent supplier and they don't leave you with return issues. I'll also be showing you how to automate the store, how to basically take your store from making hundreds of dollars a day to thousands or even hundreds of thousands of dollars per day. Now you're probably wondering, why this training or why your training? Now, this is a sure-proof way no matter where you are in the world. And what I mean by that is, I've watched a lot of content on YouTube. I've gone through a lot of other people's recommendations on the subject of starting dropshipping, and none of it is very helpful, because us as Africans, if you're in any country that's not a first world country, if you're in Africa, if you're in India, you will struggle with not only having your business properly registered and accepted on these platforms you're going to be using, but also being able to actually access your money. So really, this is a sure-proof method, and I can tell you this because I've done it. And then the other thing you need to know is this is futuristic information. This will stand the test of time. I mean, a lot of the concepts that you're going to learn in this training will be on the latest apps, around the latest tools, around the newest technology, and literally just the methodology and about how you go about things, how you go about setting an online business. It's not necessarily only the steps you're going to take in this video, but it's going to be the conceptual methodologies that I'm going to teach you that are really going to be valuable for you, and you won't get it in anyone else's training except mine. I've spent a lot of time putting this training together, putting this information together through various courses I've attended, through various YouTube videos and channels that I've been watching, hours and hours of content, and I'm aggregating all of this for you to watch in this one video right here. The other thing you need to know is this very systematically laid out. This is for easy execution and for you to understand and follow easily. So what I mean by that is, please do follow through with every page, every concept. If you're stuck, pause the video, rewind it, and follow as I go through the process, because every step, every chapter builds onto the next and gets you to the ultimate goal that we're trying to achieve, which is having a successful. Now, I do believe this is really life-changing information and important for everyone to listen to and go through, but I'm gonna be real and not waste everyone's time, because this is not for everyone. It's not for people who don't want to build a legitimate business, people who are not trying to put in the work. This is for people who are looking for starting a real long-term business that you could hand over to your children, that you could run with your family, and you could teach other people the same thing and the same process so they could run successful business. I also want this for people who are unemployed, people who've been affected by the COVID situation and are looking for an alternative means to make an income. Not necessarily drop shipping, but I'm going to release a few more videos showing the whole process of transitioning any business into an e-com business. However, if you already having ideas of what you'd like to do, or are not sure and want some ideas of what to do, feel free to drop a comment. I will respond. I will give you access to my website and contact details so we can get in touch and we can have a conversation around how I can help you, because I'm really trying to serve people with what I'm doing here. I'm really trying to just help people, because the state of the world is so bad and it's so sad to see that I'm emphatic with people and I'm torn, and I really want to try help as many people as I can. Who's this video also for? Is for students. It's for people who are studying commerce and really want to learn how to run a business already and start getting the insights into what makes a good business and how do businesses actually function. That's what I want on this course. I want business owners who are trying to transition to e-commerce, as I've mentioned before. I want people who are trying to create financial wealth for themselves through entrepreneurship. Those are the people that this video is for. This video is not a get-rich-quick scheme. It's not about Forex. It's not about Bitcoin, putting in $10 and getting 100K out. No, that's not what this video is about. So if you think it's a get-rich-quick scheme, I'm sorry to disappoint you. You can just drop off right now. This is really a long-term game plan, medium to long-term game plan, a year to 2 year game plan, but you can see results much quicker, 3 to 6 months. I mean, it depends on your tenacity or determination. You could start seeing hundreds of thousands of US dollars within months, but realistically, it's a 1 to 2 year game plan, and that's fast enough to see real life-changing stuff. And those are the people I want on this video. If you're not one of these people, if you're not interested in trying to becoming better, learning a new skill, putting in work and effort, and you don't have the right mindset, then I'm sorry, you don't have to continue. But if you have the right mindset, you're willing to learn, you're willing to put in the work, you're willing to gain some insights into something new, some life-changing information, then this video is for you, because I promise you, you will not regret what I'm going to teach you in my course. Firstly, congratulations on making it this far. I'm glad to see that you're still with me. I just want to make it clear, this video will be for anyone of all ages, from the age of 18 all the way right up till 100. As long as you're able to read, you're able to write, and you can use a computer, then this video is for you. If you're interested in learning how to do anything online with regards to e-commerce, I'll be covering all of that in this video right here. I guarantee it, it will be the best video, value-adding video for you in 2021. And I'm pretty sure at this stage, you're probably wondering to yourself, how is this guy so sure? And I'm gonna show you right now. Now you might be wondering, isn't this a scam? And why is this guy gonna show me so much value? Now I need to make this clear that absolutely no one that I followed through training courses or through YouTube videos actually shows you their dropshipping business. Guys don't do that. I'm unique, and what the products I saw and what I think and what I plan on doing with my store, no one can tell. I mean, I can't even tell what I'm about to do with my store next, so it'll be hard for someone else to actually try steal anything I plan on doing further with my store. Now, looking at my store right in front of you at the top, that picture you see right there, Wallet Home TM, that is my dropshipping store. I created everything you see on the store, the pictures, the imagery, the collections, the format of the store, absolutely everything. I did not have any IT experience. I do not have any marketing experience. All of this I've learned in the past couple of months or years, and it's really life-changing stuff. When I realized the power that my website has and the power it's given me back in terms of owning my own destiny, I had to share this information with people. And that's why you're on this channel and on my training right now. Now, how do I know that it works? If you see the picture at the bottom, that's a picture of my Stripe account, my payment gateway. That is the gateway that protects me from any sort of fraud. If people are trying to buy online with fake credit cards, etc., Stripe protects you from that. That's why I recommend Stripe. And you will see on my Stripe all the transactions that happened in a space of, I think that was a day or two. And that's literally the effects of dropshipping and what I'm about to teach you. These are random customers from all around the world, from the US, Australia, France, China. I mean, even dropshipping to people in China, and I live all the way in a small town in Namibia. That's the power of what I'm about to teach you. This stuff works. I'm not talking about it through someone else's course or through second or third hand experience. This is my first hand experience. This is what I have done, and I'm gonna teach you everything. This is why I know this video will be so valuable to you. Now, I'd like to give this quick warning and quick disclaimer with regards to where to dropship and how to source your dropshipping, because when I started, I ordered some samples. They came to my house. It took quite long, to be honest. If you're dropshipping to anywhere in Africa, it would take about 2 months, could take longer, because this COVID issue has really messed up logistics globally. And I found myself waiting for 2 months for one sample and 3 months for another sample. But just to give you a very realistic approach is only drop ship to countries where you source your supply from. And what I mean by that is when you're sourcing suppliers, and I'll show you how to source suppliers now shortly, but when you source suppliers and you find a supplier, for example, in China, and they ship from China, only advertise that product to customers in China or somewhere close to China, where the lead times won't be so ridiculous. Today, people are willing to buy stuff online, but they're not willing to wait forever. Now, let me tell you a bit about my story. Chitundu Mukuka, aka Chits Digital. Well, I used to work as a corporate executive for one of the biggest beverage companies in the world when I found out about dropshipping. And I was in a very privileged position. I was in the most unique position in the company globally. I was a combined role of 3-4 different functions or departments. So I really liked that. That was exciting, and that kept me motivated at work. However, I just had this emptiness. I don't know why. I was constantly looking for something more out of life. I was just not happy with the routine days, the 8 to 5. They were so repetitive, so mundane to me. I didn't feel like it was a challenge. And you'd go in on a Monday, work, and then all of a sudden it's a Friday, then you're celebrating or having drinks over the weekend, and before you know it, you're back to Monday. And this is happening daily, weekly, monthly, yearly, and time was just flying. I felt like time was getting out of my hands, and I needed a way to control it for myself. I felt I wasn't contributing any value towards myself, but to this organization, and I wanted that power back. I wanted to contribute something for myself. I needed to build a business which I could leave for my children, for myself, that they could run, that they could learn from, that they could teach other people with. So that's really what I was looking for. And until I found dropshipping, I didn't find it. And really, I was also looking to create an extra income. I mean, we all know you never get paid enough as an employee. You can't be paid what you're worth, because if you are paid what you're worth, then there's no money left for the shareholders. And that didn't sit right with me. I had to figure out a way that I could create an extra income for myself. And I didn't need a lot of money to do that. I didn't need a lot of money to create this extra income and to create this business that I was so looking to start for my family. And I also wanted a business that was able to reach the global market. I knew through my corporate experience, I mean, in the corporate life, we always talk about Pareto and the 80-20 principle, which is really focusing your energies on 20% of the problem that's going to produce 80% of the result that's going to give you the most benefit. And for me, that was the e-commerce business, because I knew if I started any sort of brick and mortar business, a shop at the mall, a bottle store, any sort of traditional business, I'll be limited to the amount of people I see around me and to the amount of people in that town, versus an e-commerce business where you are literally talking to everyone in the world that has an internet connection, which is above 3 billion people. So that is a great market, and that's really what I was looking for. And I didn't know how to really put it all together. I knew what I wanted and I knew what I was striving for, but I didn't know how to go about it until I stumbled upon dropshipping. And I didn't only learn the dropshipping concepts and business model, but I started to really understand e-commerce as a whole, and actually being in touch with billions of people instantaneously. And that's what led me to the thought of creating my own channel. And the best way to reach people and really get messaging across to everyone that I want, which is the world, is through e-commerce, being online, having a presence online. And this all came through my journey with dropshipping. And this is really where my life changed, and why I really need you to understand my background and my life story, so you understand the value of what I'm trying to share with you and what this could do for you. I'm pretty sure if you follow the steps in my video, and if you learn the concepts that I'm going to teach you from my story, how it happened to me and how I went through it, it'll make your process much shorter, much easier, and you'll have someone to lean on, someone to share experiences with. And that's what I'm availing myself for. You'll see in the link in the description, I'm going to leave the link to my website. You can schedule a free dropshipping call. There'll also be a free ebook for this course. And feel free to get in touch. Let me know what you think, and let's grow our e-commerce businesses together. Now, at this point, I'd like to answer a few frequently asked questions, just to make it a bit more clear in terms of expectations before we really deep dive into the actual course and the screen sharing, where I'll take you through each website, each step for step to set up your dropshipping business. So one of the most frequently asked questions is, how much does it cost to start? Realistically, and you should know by now, every business will cost you something to start. There's registration fees, there's stock fees for stock, etc. So there is a cost to dropshipping, but I can tell you it's extremely much less than what your traditional business would cost. And what is that? That is approximately 700 US. I'll say 700 US because that's what I started with. It's about 10,000 rands. And that was enough to teach me the concepts and the process before actually growing it and scaling it to where my business is today. The second question is, why would people buy from dropshippers instead of buying on Amazon or AliExpress themselves? Now, this is a good question, but it's really based on the one principle, or the very basic principle, which is when you dropship, you're dropshipping products that people are unaware of. You're not showing people products that they already know. You're not trying to sell a remote control for a TV. You're not trying to sell a laptop. You're not selling anything that's usually bought by customers. What you're looking for is very unique products that you are showing people for the very first time. When someone goes onto Amazon, they're searching for whatever they're looking for. So they already know what they're trying to buy. And similarly on AliExpress, if I go to AliExpress, I'm going there to buy something because I know what I'm looking for. However, I'm not going to AliExpress just to wander around and check products, unless I'm dropshipping them, because then I'm trying to find a product that I could find, that I could show to people that they might not have seen, and actually make a profit on doing that. And that's really why people buy from dropshippers. You are marketing unheard of products, unseen products to people, and you're getting paid for it. And the third question that I get a lot is, how much money can I make off dropshipping? Well, the reality is, it's up to you. And that's the beauty of this business model. You can make however much money you want, as long as you put in the work and you do it correctly. You follow the process I'm going to teach you. You make sure you're watching the right parameters and metrics, and you can make as much money as you want, because how advertising on these platforms works is, for whatever dollar you get out, you get back an X amount for the dollar invested. And that's what you call a return on investment, or ROI. In dropshipping, the term is referred to a lot as ROAS, which is return on ad spend, which is for every dollar you spend on advertising, what's the return on that dollar? Now, in the industry, it's anywhere between 2 to 3%. Meaning, 2 to 3 times, sorry. Meaning, if you put in $1, you get about $2 back or $3 back. So in that case, if I had $100,000, I'd put all $100,000 in, because guess what? I'm going to get $300,000 out worth of sales. But there's also elements like product pricing, which affect how much profit you actually make. And I'll go into that later. But realistically, it's up to you, and it's based on how you set up your business. So how much money you can make, it's really up to you. Sky's the limit. The fourth question I get a lot is, can I do this from anywhere in the world? And absolutely you can. This training that you're watching is the only training that covers how to set up a business legitimately from anywhere in the world. That's a US business that allows you to have a US bank account and a US payment gateway. That's why I made this video, because when I watched a lot of the content online around this topic, no one was really explaining how you get the business registered. They tell you to register a business sometimes, but how? Where do you go? Where do you start? And I'm going to teach you that in this video, how you can set it up from anywhere in the world, even if you're based in the USA, even if you're based in the UK. I'll cover that. However, this is more tailored to the people who are outside those countries, because it's harder for us to know where to go and what to do and what the process is. The fifth question I get a lot is, what happens if I need more help through my journey? And guess what? That's why I'm here. As I've said before, I'm here to help as many people as I can until my last breath on this earth. That's my purpose on this earth. And as long as you reach out to me and I have the time, I will respond. I will get back to you. I'll leave the link to my website in the description below. You'll be able to schedule a free dropshipping call. For now, I'll extend this to affiliate marketing, to content production, and all other sorts of e-commerce aspects. But for now, you can call me for a free dropshipping consultation call. I will give you as much advice as I can, and I'll try to guide you the best I can to make sure your business is a success right now. The sixth question I get is, how fast can I make money? Well, this is anywhere between 2-3 days to months. Again, really up to you, really up to how much effort you put in. But I can tell you, with me, From my initial investment of, I think it was about $320 at the time, till my first sale, or actually seeing my first online sale and making my first income online, it took me only a matter of weeks. It was a matter of 3 to 4 weeks. I took a while to get my company set up first. I waited to get my company documentation, etc., before running ads, before actually going extremely purposeful with my store and trying to get sales. But it took me a few weeks to see my first sale. To make a lot of money took me a lot longer than that, because I had to learn Facebook ads, I had to learn customer acquisition strategies, I had to learn a few other aspects which I will cover with you, and I'll take you through my journey with the videos I release on this channel. But how fast you can make money really is a matter of days, it's a matter of weeks, a matter of months. It's not that long. It won't take longer than months to see your first sale. Isn't dropshipping saturated? I hear this question a lot. I've also seen a lot of content around this on the internet. No, dropshipping is not saturated. If you remember the first statistics I showed you, retail sales are going from 4.3 trillion in 2020 to 5.4 trillion in 2022. And a lot of those retail sales are drop shippers. And to be honest, drop shipping, as saturated as many people are drop shipping right now, it could never be saturated, because not everyone in the world knows about drop shipping. People are still buying from regular stores. People are still doing regular spending behaviors, or still having regular spending behaviors. So dropshipping is not saturated. It will not be saturated. Predictions for e-commerce are gonna skyrocket to 95% of all retail sales by the year 2040, I think, or 2050. So it's the time right now to join or to start dropshipping. I would recommend you put all your attention and all your focus on setting up your store, so you take advantage of this new wave of e-commerce and retail sales. Then the last question is, do I need previous experience? As I took you through my story, you would have learned that I'm a corporate executive, and I've been in corporate life for the past 10 or 12 years, but I can tell you none of that experience prepared me or put me in any better position to start a dropshipping business. And what I mean by that is, you could be a mother at home taking care of your children with no corporate experience. As long as you follow the steps I'm taking you through in this video, you will learn what dropshipping is, you'll be able to improve on your store and on your business, and you'll be able to compete with the biggest brands globally. So no, you do not need previous experience. I actually believe the less experience you have, the better, because you don't have much of these preconceived terms and complex analogies in your head, and you can actually take it on a step-by-step basis and just follow what I tell you. All you need to be able to do is read, write, and have a computer with internet access, so you can actually set up your store and do the steps I'm about to show you. But you do not need any previous experience at all. Now, to get the most out of this training, I'm going to recommend the following points. Firstly, take notes throughout the video. Okay, I talk quite fast sometimes, maybe too fast, but I'm trying to be as slow as possible. Please take notes throughout the video. If you really find a concept that gives you that aha moment, or that's eye-opening to you, take a note, write it down. The best way we learn as people is through writing, physical writing of actions or concepts or ideas. So I encourage you to do that. The next thing I would encourage is you revisit this training at least 3 times. A lot of the information might be new to you. If you're experienced already, you won't have to read it 3 times. If you're an experienced dropshipper, you could just watch this video and take down notes of the new concepts I give you, and that's probably okay. But if you're brand new to dropshipping and commerce in general, I would suggest you revisit this training at least 3 times, so it really sinks in, you get the overall understanding, and then after you have an overall understanding, you can actually start nitpicking the sections that you need to improve on. So I recommend you do that too. The other thing I recommend you do is following me practically as I do the on-screen training, so you can try the steps and you can follow what I'm doing. If you're stuck, you can pause the video, rewind the video, watch it again, basically so you are following along with me as I progress, because if you skip some parts, it might affect you later down the line in terms of achieving the overall picture that we're trying to get to. So make sure you follow me practically. Pause the video, feel free to pause, rewind the video. That's why I made this course right here. So now we're officially into the course, and I just have a couple of slides that I think you need to keep as reference. I'll go through those slides before we actually deep dive and go into my screen, and I show you step for step, website for website, how to set up your successful dropshipping business in 2021. Now, you'll notice I've got this cost broken down into a recommended budget and a minimum budget. I also recommend a minimum budget, which at least allows you to trial and to see the effects of setting up the store, of running the advertisements, and that minimum budget will give you enough insight and enough experience to grow to what the recommended budget is, or what I suggest should be. Okay, now breaking each of the costs in each budget element, I'll just talk about the ones under the recommended budget. You can reference the minimum budget if you're going with the minimum budget, but I'll just talk about the recommended budget and the costs and why we pay for those costs. So the first cost will be your company registration. That costs about $279 US annually. You pay this for one, registering your company, but two, also to receive an employer identification number, EIN. So you pay about $110 for your store, and you pay the balance, which is I think $170 or $160 for the EIN, or vice versa. And that is a once-off fee. You just pay that initially. The company will be set up. It will take about 4 weeks before you get your EIN number, 4 to 6 weeks. This COVID situation has impacted a lot of businesses, so I can't guarantee, but shouldn't take more than 2 months, shouldn't take more than 8 weeks. And you will have your company registration number, your company registration documents, as well as your employer identification number. This is all you'll need for the first year in terms of company registration, but from your second year onwards, you will need to pay an annual licensing or hosting fee with the company that registers your business for you. The reason why we pay this is because we register a business as a LLC, but as a foreign alien in the United States. And the organization that does this registration for us, that basically assumes the responsibility of ensuring the company is running, you have to pay them a further $300 US every year. I've just added 5% inflation, so that's why you see $315, but it's about $300 US annually. Then the next cost you're gonna have is your physical address cost. This is the physical address that you will use for your business when you're setting up your banking account and your Stripe payment gateway. This is a once-off cost and only needs to be paid initially. Once you get your address, you don't have to pay this anymore, and you'll use that address, as I said, for your business and setting up your registration of your banking and your payment gateway. Then you have domain and hosting costs, which is about $14.99 or $15 US. All the numbers on this sheet I've rounded up just to cater for prudence. And the domain cost is broken down into really just your hosting and your security costs. And the security cost is just to ensure that no one can get your details off searching for who owns the domain online. This is restricted from people being able to, or your name is restricted from people being able to see who runs what domain or your domain. And I suggest you take that security selection as well. Then your fourth cost is your Shopify hosting or your business hosting costs. This is about $30 US monthly, and to be honest, I think is very fair considering you are running a business just like any other, and all you're paying is about $30 to $40 US every month to have this business up, running, hosted for you, and I think that's a real good bargain. And this is actually a game changer in e-commerce, because before you would have to get a developer to program and design your site, then you would have to get it integrated with the hosting platform, and you would have to be responsible for all of this. And this was just like 10 years ago when all this was happening, and where e-commerce and dropshipping has really been changed is through the introduction of platforms like Shopify and like WooCommerce, because these platforms have made website creation so much easier and domain integration so much easier that literally anyone can do it. All you need to be able to do is read, write, and you'll be able to navigate yourself through the website with the training I'm going to show you now. So I think that's really great, and that's something that has really opened up e-commerce for everyone, and this is why I'm able to make this video right now. The next cost is your Shopify app cost. Now, the apps you have in your Shopify store are to either automate your store or just help you run the store a lot better. I'll cover the detailed apps in when I go through my store and I show you the apps I have on my store. But for now, you just need to understand it'll cost you about $50 for the apps that I'm going to recommend, and that $50 basically takes care of your store being integrated, being automated, and also having beneficial information and tracking through the apps that you're going to install. The next cost you have is your marketing and advertising cost, which is by far the most, because as I said, in dropshipping, you're literally selling other people's products, and why you're making money is because you're marketing them to people that have never seen them before. And this is really where majority of your costs are, or most of your costs are. And the marketing, why I recommend such a high budget when starting especially, is because really it's about believing in the business and generating that sale. And with a very low marketing budget, it's less likely to achieve sales very quickly. Or you can, I'll teach you tactics that you could, but the reality is you'll need to spend a bit on marketing to really generate sales. And that's why I suggest that budget that you see right there of $1,000 monthly approximately. The next cost you have is your free theme. It's not a cost, but it's a free theme. I just put it here so you are aware that you could pay for themes, and it's up to you whether you want to pay or use a free theme. I use a free theme. I've gotten sales with a free theme, so that's what I recommend. So I wouldn't recommend paying there. And then lastly is your logo. And your logo, again, you could pay for it. I just put it here to show some people pay for it, some people don't. I don't recommend paying for it. I created my logo myself. It's pretty simple. With the softwares that are out there today and the tools, you don't need to pay for it. But if you do want to pay for it, you could add that cost here. This is the general budget that I'm giving to you that you could use as a guideline, rework it or retype it, use it for yourself, copy it. This is really for you to just understand what the costs are. Now, another thing I need to make clear is all these costs are just for running the store and marketing the store, not for the product costs from the suppliers of the store. So what I mean is, when someone makes an order on your site, after you market to them, you still need to pay the supplier for that product before the supplier ships it to your customer. Now, that cost is not included in here, and why is because we assume we're gonna put margins on a product that are gonna be profitable and that it doesn't really impact our pockets, meaning we're gonna have margins that are gonna cover for not only our marketing, but the actual product costs as well. These 10 things here, these are the 10 product selection criteria. As long as you're following these 10 rules here, you will find winning products and you will be able to scale them and make money off of them globally. These 10 things are in my ebook, guys, and the link to the ebook will be in the description below, so no need to write them down. Alright guys, so that's all for the slides. We'll be going into my computer next. I just wanted to let you know I've got a free ebook that takes you through this training as well, just for reference. You can always keep it handy. Feel free to follow the link in the description below, as well as my website details, or my website link will also be in the description below. Please feel free to visit my website and you can schedule a 30-minute free consultation call with myself.